live updates, earthquakes kills at least 2,100 in Turkey and Syria. A magnitude 7.8 quake was followed hours later by separate powerful earthquakes. The death toll appeared likely to rise. So what the Torah says about such things? What our rabbis tell us? And what the Bible code, the Torah code tell us? Okay, I'm very like that people will not like it so much, but let us see first what the Torah says. So the Torah says, the verse states, and you shall not lie with a male as with a woman. It is an abomination. This punishment is very severe, Then, let us see what our rabbis tell us. Talmud Yerushalmi, about more than 2,000 years ago. And then the Talmud asks the question, what is the reason for earthquakes? So, says the Holy One, blessed be he, this was the Talmud, you are shaking your limb, which is a penis, in a place it should not be shaken. I will shake my world in another place to wake you up. Frightening. But this was the Talmud said more than 2,000 years ago. And even the Gematria fits with this. Mishkav Zachar, this is relying with a male, come with a total, 519. The two evil forces we mentioned many times, which is the sum, which have to do with pride, with heresy. Amalek is really the angel of the Amalek. And Lilith, this is the evil force in charge of lust, Erebs, Tava. In Hebrew is Tava and Gava. This is exactly what you have Misad Hagava. This is exactly what you have today, this parade which combine lust and pride. So these are the two evil forces, and let us see the table. It's frightening, because you will see everything which is written here is in this table. A table that I did 5 years ago in Zaire Be'ei Tafshinaynchet in 57 in Be'ei in 5000 Tafshin 778. It means 5 years ago was a very severe earthquake in Israel. It was a month Cancer, the time that they had this parade in Jerusalem, and what comes here is unbelievable. This is a minimal of the Torah, this date. And what is coming here is frightening. Why? Because here you have the word Ra'ash Adama. This is a expression. This is Gemara, the Talmud mentioned Ra'ash Adama, earthquake. Then we have here parallel the lilies, exactly what we saw. This is the evil force of lust. Onesh, this is a punishment. Amazingly, comes here parallel also the male, Samael from the leftists who don't believe in Torah, Amalek, and the heavenly man is Amalek. Amalekite come here. But the most frightening in this table is the verse, which we saw, with Zachar, with the male, you should not live like with women, is abomination. Exactly this verse. And you should not lie with a male as with a woman, it is an abomination. Leviticus 18:22. So this is exactly the table in which you have this verse, exactly from which earthquake starts. And the month at that time was the month of Cancer. According to Kabbalah, it means the astrology, this Cancer has to do a lot with lust. And this is unbelievable, exactly what the Gematria shows, yes? The lilies, the evil force of lust. Samael, leftists, those who don't believe in the Torah and the Zohar. Oh, comes here. And this is exactly what happened. And this exactly fit with what the rabbis tell us. More than 2,000 years ago in Yerushalmi Talmud, says the old one, blessed be he, you are shaking your limb, this is definite penis, in a place that you should not. Yeah, with the women. Yeah, these men should not be shaken. It means in men instead of women. I will shake my word in another place to wake you. So this is other places. Yeah, sometimes Israel, sometimes Nepal. I put on each earthquake I made a YouTube really in Nepal, in Italy, and a terrible one which happened already before, in Turkey. Everything is in California. So, unfortunately, no, people don't like Torah, Jews, to keep the Shabbos, to keep modesty. How can we do it? Difficult, so difficult. So you see which kind of world we have today. So, interesting and very significant table, as you saw, parallel, less meetings, exactly. We said many times that this program that I'm using, all the Torah letter after letter, is Dr. Rothenberg. And he says that more important than statistic is minimal and best meetings, yeah? Right? The best meeting with Mamish earthquake, and really with this situation. And as he said, that best meeting parallel, like we have here, yeah, parallel also. I think this is minimal in the Torah in 5:7:87. Yeah, I think this is minimal also, and parallel. So he said it's more important than statistic, or statistic and shit, like this Professor McKay wanted to show that in War and Peace, you have also Hanukkah like Don Wissung, but looking properly into what he found, it's finding, changing, did not find the right word, Chashmonai, no Aleph, no Vav. Hanukkah, no Vav, it means, so people who don't think much, they're really impressed. But if one look properly. In fact, in our book, which we did with Professor Aralik and Professor Reeves, which is called Torah Light, Glimpse into the Infinite, so really Professor Aralik showed clearly, maybe statistically what he found is McKay, but far away from being really significant, describing the right thing. Because you must have the right thing. Like here you have Rash Adamah, earthquake, and the verse, it appears exactly in the verse about homosexuality, right? And as I said, this wasn't this year, the 8th of Shinai in 5,778. Amazing. Parallel, very significant here. And the month was Cancer, Tammuz. The Hebrew word Tammuz indicates that this is a month of lust. So amazing, this parallel also. Tammuz, you have the month, you have the year parallel. And then you have parallel the civil forces, Yeah, the male and the female. And this is what we are really praying 3 times a day. Is what we are praying. Asking God, remove from us agony and side. And those are the two. Remove from us these evil forces of the lilies, lust, and some the leftists, those who don't believe in the Shabbat. Let's see. So interesting and very significant table to learn for what is happening. In fact, if one followed what I did about what happened now in Turkey, in Syria, so I brought verses from Sfania, chapter 3, verse from 69, frightening, clearly describing, God said, I bring earthquakes to the world, I bring tornado, I bring all kinds of things, hoping that you people will learn from it. But because you did not, then come a verse with 26 verses, with all the alphabet describing Gog and Magog. So God said, I waited for you. This is what is written there. I waited for you to do tshuva after seeing what is going in the world. You did not, you carry on with the abomination. Okay. Then, what is written there? Then I will bring whole nations to come, and the war will take place, which is Gog and Magog. Then comes another nice verse, we said, and then, after all this happening, the world will realize the Holy Tongue. Amazing. Yeah? The Holy Tongue, always speak Hebrew. Unbelievable. The Holy Tongue, this is what is written there. Yeah, you can see it in verse 9. And so people will buy my book, will be very nice. So, very, very sad story what the world is going through. Also, what in Ukraine, what is going on, Russia, Ukraine, also not simple at all. Maybe it's part of Gog and Magog. But no doubt that this is very significant table, which fits exactly with what our rabbis tell us in the Talmud, why earthquakes coming, and the verse. The Gematria, unbelievable, homosexuality, Mishkav Zachar. Fits with this Sam and Lilith, yeah. So what we can do tshuva, because this is the only way to save the world and to bring Messiah. This is the time he's waiting. This is after sabbatical. He's waiting where we don't open the door, like Rabbi Chaim Kanievsky says that he is here. But people apparently are more important in other things, football, soccer, other things. Torah is not important, the other things. So, interesting, significant, very significant table for our time.